Hi everybody, welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new to my channel. Valentine's Day is coming up soon, so I thought that today I would make a fairly quick, fairly easy Valentine's Day dessert. These are red velvet mini bundt cakes. Come along with me as I make them up and let's see how they turn out. Okay, to start, I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Now I am going to use one box of red velvet cake mix. This is not sponsored. It's very pink. Next, we're going to add 3 large eggs. My eggs are actually extra large, but I don't think it'll make a lot of difference. 1, 2, and 3. Half a cup of vegetable oil. And 1 cup of buttermilk. I did not have buttermilk, and I didn't really want to buy it because I don't know that I would use the rest of it. There are lots of recipes online about how to make buttermilk, and I used one of those, which was 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I saw another one that was 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, and I saw one that was 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, I believe. Now we're going to mix this on low for 30 seconds, then medium for 2 minutes. Supposed to do this until it's smooth. I was going to say mine doesn't look smooth, but I think it's bubbles, not lumps. Okay, there's a bit of batter around the hump that's at the bottom of this bowl. I don't know why they made it that way, but I'm gonna do this for a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to fill the mini bundt cake molds. These are silicone molds that I got from Amazon. It was 2 to a pack. I don't remember the price, but I will list it below in case you're interested. I see that each one has a slightly different design to them. That doesn't bother me. So we're going to fill these about 2/3 of the way full, leaving room for spreading as it bakes. I've got some left over, so I guess I'll be doing a second batch. So I'm going to put these in now for 18 to 22 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. My recipe for these cute little bundt cakes came with a recipe for the icing. However, the package of red velvet mix came with 2 packets of cream cheese icing. I'm going to go ahead and use those so they don't go to waste, but I will include the recipe for the frosting down below. So I am just going to drizzle some icing. They were supposed to cool completely, but I almost think it would have been a better idea to ice these while they were a little bit warm. The icing would kind of melt on them. I think that would be easier, but I was following the instructions, so this is kind of thick. I think instead of having it kind of drizzle down, what I might do is sort of try to, I don't know. The package that I got is actually called Red Velvet Cupcakes. So they made this icing with cupcakes in mind, which is more of a spread over a surface rather than a drizzle down, and it's harder to spread when there's a hole in the middle. So maybe I should make my other icing. Okay, I'm going to make my own icing. 1 cup of icing sugar or powdered sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, that is optional, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk or cream, and whisk it all together, and then you can adjust the consistency by adding more milk or more sugar, depending on how you want the consistency to be. We're going to try drizzling mine on instead. And that's going to look much more like I had in mind. It's, I feel like it's the right consistency, although it looks a little, I don't know, transparent. And then while the icing is still wet, before it hardens, I'm going to sprinkle on a couple of sprinkles and some red ones. You can't really see the red ones. I'm going to try sprinkling on just the red ones. Whoa, I feel like the multicolored ones show up a lot better. I may have to make more icing. You see what a difference between this one and the others. These, you can't really even tell that there's icing on there. I'm not really happy with it. So what I'm going to try now is using this, but heating it up a bit so that it's runnier, and see if that is any better. Now, of course, my fear is that they'll be way too sweet because they've got double icing on them. If only the instructions on the box for the icing had said to heat it up, none of this would have happened. It just said to squeeze the pouch for 10 seconds. So just to recap, I struggled a bit with the icing. The cream cheese icing that came with the cake mix is the best, but it does need to be heated a little bit so that it's a little bit more liquid to drizzle on the mini Bundt cake. The icing recipe that came with the original recipe that I was following, it just goes on like too transparent. You can't really even, like, you can see it a little bit, but it doesn't have the same impact that that does. With these, I put on the original recipe icing first, didn't like that, so then put the cream cheese icing over it. So these have got double icing, so they may well be too sweet. My suggestion is that if you get packets of cream cheese icing with your mix, use those but heat it a little bit. And if your mix doesn't come with cream cheese icing packets, my suggestion is to get a can of cream cheese icing, put it in a bowl, and heat it up a little bit. Or you can make it from scratch if you're that industrious. I am not. But I'm going to give this a taste anyway, see how I think it turned out. It's actually not as sweet as I thought it would be. I'm wondering if using real buttermilk would make a difference in the taste of the cake. The cake is fine, it's good. And it's been a long time since I've had red velvet cake to sort of remember exactly what it's supposed to taste like. I'm thinking buttermilk would make it a little bit richer. They're good. They are good. Because it's not as sweet as I thought it would be, but they are sweet because of the cream cheese icing. In which case, just having a little mini one is perfect. I would still recommend this recipe. The cake is not as red as the picture of these that I used in my thumbnail. Are they supposed to be more red? Or were those like made really red for picture purposes? But they're good. They're good. They're pretty quick, pretty easy. Little, just the right size for dessert. And if you try them, let me know how yours turn out and what kind of icing you used. I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day, no matter who you spend it with. And even if you spend Valentine's Day with yourself, that's a good thing. Love yourself. It's important and you're worth it. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video has been posted, and give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. I love reading them. Thank you so much for joining me on Sherry Tries That, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.